Hello, hello. Welcome into 5 Reasons to Bet here on the 5 Reasons Sports YouTube channel. Make sure to check out all of our other programming, including our live draft shows we've been doing the past 2 days. You should step on one of those. Jim, we get your advice here. We got Jim Rodriguez.
Anytime.
Yeah, for sure. Follow him at JRod Show. Follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick. And at 5 Reasons Sports, of course, we are presented as always by busr.com/5RSN. Make sure you go there. See that thing? Go there. I know Jim does this thing all the time with his pen or whatever, his fingers. busr.com/5RSN. Why? Because you're getting a 30% bonus now. 30% bonus and a free $10 bet. Why the hell are you going to bet the Derby with your own money? Throw $10. So throw their $10 on there. Get a free $10 bet. All right, we're going to start with the Derby today, actually. We had our guy James Ross on. You can check out that episode. You've got all your theories. But let's start. Who do you like?
Listen, I like a trifecta combination. Okay. I mean, Essential Quality is your favorite. That's 2-1. So he's got to be – that horse has got to be in the mix. I love Highly Motivated. Highly Motivated. I've been listening to James Ross, and if you listen to those past episodes, he'll tell you why. The distance is what they're worried about. Can he go the hole? But I think he will be there. He will pace Essential Quality. But my horse, the one that I love, is Hot Rod Charlie. Not because it's my father-in-law, although that helps. 8-1. His trainer has won 2 Kentucky Derbies. They know the area. He had a great Breeders' Cup juvenile race. I think that is your horse. Will they win? Will he win the Derby? Maybe. But I think if you do some sort of a combination with Essential Quality or with Highly Motivated, you put Hot Rod Charlie in there, it's a 9-14-17. Those are the numbers, 9-14-17. But I would do some sort of trifecta box, exacta box, but you got to include Hot Rod Charlie. I think that is the horse to watch.
All right.
In the first Saturday in May.
All right, Hot Rod Charlie, but also there's a lot of money thrown around here right now. What else is going on with the Derby?
Well, this is the coolest thing about BUSR. There is a whale. There is a crypto whale who laid down $1 million Bitcoin bet. Okay, they bet $1 million worth of Bitcoin. BUSR took it. Whew, that'll be interesting. We'll see if we're here on Monday.
But we may have a better studio. Let's see.
That's right. But they've got a promotion of who is the whale. You can actually bet on who is the whale. They give you a list. Among them is Mark Cuban. He's actually the favorite at 2-1.
I would think.
There's Jamie Dixon, the guy from JP Chase. There's Jack Dorsey, the CEO of
Jamie
Twitter.
Diamond, not Jamie Dixon. Jamie Dixon is someone who played lacrosse at Johns Hopkins.
I pulled it, Ethan.
That's right.
Jamie Diamond and Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter. But who I think it is, if I was a betting man, I'm going to go with Mike Novogratz. Who is Mike Novogratz?
What?
Well, he's a crypto billionaire.
Okay.
He set up an investment firm, and he's made billions. He's worth $6 billion, and he's an ex-athlete. He's a wrestler, ex-wrestler, Olympic, big in that whole wrestling scene. I think there is that athletic competition. I mean, Mark Cuban, I don't think it is, because even though the NBA is allowing gambling now, I don't think they want an owner publicly to be putting $1 million on a horse.
Right. Mark does what he wants, though. So I don't know.
Yeah. Jamie Dimon, I think he's too busy, putting ATM fees in them to try to throw a million. Now, if it is him, we're going to have a lot more surcharges. I think it's Mike Novogratz. 4-1. That's who I would bet.
Yeah. Maybe it's Elon Musk. What I remember most about Cuban is from covering a lot of Mavericks games, that to talk to Cuban, you had to talk to him while he was on his exercise bike, while he was watching CNN on his exercise. So he'd be dripping sweat on you as he spoke. Those are all my memories of Mark Cuban and complaining about the officiating from the 2006 finals. All right, speaking of the NBA, no Mark Cuban team in this, but a big game in the West. Big game in the West. 2 of the more surprising teams. I think the Suns are more surprising than the Jazz, but the Suns and the Jazz 1-2 in the Western Conference, trying to stay up there so they don't get stuck with the Lakers in the first round. But you're not playing a winner in this one.
No, I think, again, maybe in my head, it's still Larry Nance and Adrian Dantley and the Gorilla. I still maybe think it's the 80s. I see points in this game. Utah just came off scoring 154 points on Sacramento. Now, I know this is not the Sacramento Kings, but listen, I like 219.5. I think it's too low. for these two teams, these two offenses, I know no Donovan Mitchell. I like 219.5 over easily. These two teams score points, and I think this is sort of a preview. I don't think they're going to be holding back, waiting for the playoffs. I think they're going to slug each other out, trying to see who is the better team. Maybe send a message once we get into the playoffs. I like the over 219.5.
All right, let's get to the two Florida teams that are in action. Well, the Panthers are in action too. We will talk some hockey as we go forward here, but the Marlins and the Nats. I saw something today that the Marlins actually have the best run differential in the NL East, which, with as little as they score, tells you how good their pitching has been. What do you think?
Well, the offense, like we told you right here, we told you the offense would explode once they got to Milwaukee, and they did. And I think it's going to get hotter. They're in another a hitter-friendly ballpark. They're in Washington to take on the Nationals. John Lester, Old Man River, pitching for the Nats. Pablo Lopez, he's doing great. For the Marlins, he's been pitching well. He's their second best pitcher. Over under is 8. I like the over in this game. I think the Marlins are hot. I think they're going to jump all over John Lester. I think his days or his glory days are past him. I think Pablo Lopez is good for 2 runs at least. I think the Marlins are good for at least more. I like the over under 8. All
right,
in this game.
All right, we're going to go to one. We always try to get the Heat in here.
A future bet.
A future bet, and they're playing on Saturday, so they're not playing tonight, but they're in Cleveland. Kevin Love is inbounding the ball to the wrong team. We know that the Cavs are a mess, but we also know that the Heat play down to competition. And as you've talked about all year, they've been a mess against the spread this year. Now we don't know what the spread is. I think both you and I think it'll be in the 6 to 7 range. But what do you think?
Listen, you nailed it. The Heat have been awful against the spread this year, and they've been bad on the road against the spread. We've seen just the egg they laid in Minnesota a couple of weeks ago. I'm still paying for that. Yeah. Here's what I think. I think if you can get it 6.5 or higher, I go with the Cavs. I go with the Cavs because I think Miami plays down to its competition. Although if you look at the numbers, last 10 games the Heat and Cavs have played, Miami 8-2 against the spread, and the over has hit 8 out of the 10 times. So if the number's a little fishy, I would almost see what the over-under is. Maybe, Heat games have been running about 211, 212. If you can get something maybe 209, 208, definitely. But the over is the trend in Heat Cavs games, at least the last 10 times they've played.
All right, so let's go through this here in the Derby. Hot Rod Charlie, highly motivated, essential quality, pairing those together. Also looking for that crypto whale. So definitely check that out. Who's that name again? Give me the
name.
Novogratz. Mike Novogratz. Suns Jazz over the 219.5. Marlins Nats over the 8. And Heat Cavs, see what the number is, but likely play the over. All right, Jim, thank you very much.
I got one more for you. Okay. How many mint juleps am I going to have tomorrow? I set the over under 2.5.
I was going to say 3.5. That's all right. 3.5. BUSR.com/5RSN. Get that 30% bonus. Of course, you use Bitcoin. If you're a Bitcoin whale, use the Bitcoin. You get 100%. No wonder they use the Bitcoin.
That's right.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be back on Monday.
See ya.